still figuring this out. Oh, wait, I'm muted. I'm muted. Hold on. Oh, no, I'm not muted? Oh, my God. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, guys. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? Because I thought I muted myself. Oh, Lord. And let me know how the volume sounds to you, because I can turn it down. Oh, my God, what the hell is going on? Is it? What is happening? I have no idea what's happening. Can, oh, wait. That's my YouTube feed. Hold on. Oh, I look cute on YouTube. Let me mute that. Oh my God, I look so cute on YouTube. Okay, hey guys, sorry. Y'all know I'm using a new software, so I'm trying to figure this out. Let me know how my volume sounds, and if it's too much, I'll turn it down a bit, because I watched my last one and I was like, ooh, I am loud. Louder than normal, right? You know what I mean? So just let me know, guys. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all know I got my new software. I'm trying this out for 2 weeks. Then I want to try another one for 2 weeks, and then I want to do another one for 2 weeks, you know, until the free trial ends. So bear with you, girl. But how is everybody doing? Oh, no, I want to view the comments. Let me put these up here. And then bring these up here. Right? Yeah, I'll do that. All right. I think I have it together. I think I have it together. I'm trying, guys. How are we doing, fam? How are we doing? Hey, Stella. Stella said, hi, Mother Star. Hi, guys. What's up, Stella? You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm still beefing with them, though. I don't know. I'm telling you, Bath and Body Works doing me dirty during the candle sale. Girl, I don't know. I'm in a different place with them. But God is good, and what? Still on the throne. Anyway. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you so much, Joseph. Let me bring it up on here. Here it is. Hey, Joseph. Joseph said super chat I'm reading the whole thing. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Joseph. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Joseph. Getting the hang of it. We are getting the hang of it. Listen, because the thing about it is I'm doing the free trials now because what I did with StreamYard wasn't smart. I just bought the package because I needed something and I didn't enjoy it. And every time like something went wrong, I was just like, I can't believe I paid all this money for this and I don't like it. So I'm trying with this. I kind of like it. Some things are a little, I think that maybe it's because I'm still used to it. So I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. I'm gonna give it 2 weeks and I'm gonna try something else that I like. I have 2 other ones that I enjoy. I'm gonna try those, and if I'll pick one by then. I am wearing, oh shoot, I don't have it. I am wearing Minted Cosmetics. Hey Tamika, I'm wearing Minted Cosmetics there. I believe it's Cocoa lipstick, and on top of it, I have Erica Jane and what is that? Erica Jane and Too Faced did a collab a while ago, and I'm wearing her lipstick called DSL, which stands for Bleep Sucking Lips. Okay, I'm wearing that. When I tell you that so many people love this lip gloss on me, I went to an event at Nordstrom's, and everybody was asking me about that lipstick. Can you imagine? Just try to imagine my face when I'm telling everybody, oh, I'm wearing Erica Jane's lip gloss. They're like, oh. I'm like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. It was a cute little collab. I liked it. If you do like that lip gloss and don't have a problem explaining where you got it from, they still have it available on QVC. But that's what I'm wearing, Tamika. Thank you. It's literally only going to last a day, Missy. It's only going to last a day. After this, I'm just going to do some kind of braid thing and just get it out the way because the weather will not allow me to be great. This is the only way, like, after today, it won't be like this again. I've tried so many braid out and twist outs, and the weather is like, hell no. This is not the season for that. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you all so much. Hey, Drewski. Drewski said, hey, girl, cute earrings. Thank you. Got them from Shein. They're still available. Justin here to hang since this isn't my show. LOL. Thank you, Drewski. I'm trying. I have to find new music because I got a little copyright claim. I was like, oh, my God, I bought it. But I guess if you use a program that bought the music, you still have to buy the music. It's crazy. So I'm looking for something. I might record a little something. We will see. But that's my little intro that I created myself. Took me days. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. Trying. It looks so much better in better lighting. I'm telling you, when I left my house, I left my apartment, I was like, ooh, yes. And then I got here and I'm like, I hate this camera. I hate this lighting. But we're going to upgrade. I just got to get back to Atlanta. Guys, you will know everything. You guys all will know why I'm still here. I talk about it all in my vlog. The second channel is coming. I'm telling you, I've been editing like crazy. I'm telling you, it's coming. But I tell you guys the whole story. It's ciao. Good things though, but it's still like, yo. Hey, Daphne. Hey, Kimberly. What's up, sup, people? Hey, Miss Gigi. How are we doing? You know what? I know that because my sister, last time she was in my live, she was bothered by the spam stuff that I was getting. I get bothered by that too. But for me, I just feel like, well, maybe the channel was growing. That I'm on like spam channels radars. Like, maybe it's because the channel is growing. So I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing or a sign that I'm doing good. Missy said, I didn't finish this episode when I saw the preview for Emily's segment. I turned it off. I'm not feeling for her. I'm nervous for Colby. Since we're talking about it, let's get into it. While I'm getting my notes, I will say this. Emily and Colby, Emily and her family, they are a huge turnoff for me watching this show. I hate the way that family treats Colby. And, you know, it's not like I'm going up and defending him, you know, just because, because no shade. But when you are of the, you know, Color Collective and you enter into interracial, multiracial relationships, you take on that risk, right, of marrying or creating life or being amongst somebody who has a family that has biases against you or, you know, disdains you for some reason or is racist or is bigoted. Like, that is the risk you take, which is why our ancestors and our elders have always encouraged us to date within the tribe, but we don't listen. Okay? The schools we're desegregated. Like, what we gonna do? Like, we're going to school with different cultures. We're working with different cultures. Things happen, especially, you know, during those formidable years, right? Not downing any, you know, I love you guys. I know we have interracial couples, multiracial couples here. I'm not saying that anything is negative about that. I'm just saying, as a Black person, when you date somebody outside of your tribe, that is something that you just have to, you know, walk into the relationship with. You have to walk into the relationship with that kind of caution. I don't know if it's different for Colby. You guys did tell me that he is from a colonized place, a place that was colonized. So I don't know if he thought about that when he wasn't thinking about that when he was shooting up Emily's club, but it's just a risk that you take. So watching this show, I have become completely like triggered and just uncomfortable. And it's not just because Colby is black like me. It's because when you see somebody who is like you in some way, you relate to that character, right? You relate to the good and the bad. And I think a lot of black people, people of color, aware, also known as woke whites, see what's happening here, and it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to watch because of how Emily and her family mistreat this man who is doing everything that he can, while Emily takes no responsibility for anything, and nobody in her family expects for her to take responsibility for anything concerning her relationship, because she has not taken responsibility or accountability for anything in her life. So it's so uncomfortable watching this woman mistreat this black man who is dependent upon this family who also mistreats them, while their awful family member is never held accountable. Sounds like real life. Sounds like the workplace. You know what I mean? So it's just, I completely understand how you check out when Colby and Emily comes on. And I don't know if TLC is aware of that. I mean, 90 Day Fiance, that's on TLC. I don't know if they're aware of that, but one of my first notes when I was taking notes for this show, one of my first notes was 90 Day Fiance, please do not bring back Colby and Emily. I don't want to see any more of this couple. I don't want to see any more of this couple. It's giving Angela and Michael, right? That was his name? Angela and Michael, like 2.0. You know, just the millennial version of Angela and Michael. It's uncomfortable. I do not like watching them. I do not have a good time. They kill the mood. I don't know why this show starts off with either Emily and Colby scenes or Bilal and SHAEEDA scenes. They are the worst couples on this show. Everybody is triggered by these couples in some way, right? If you're a woman watching Bilal and SHAEEDA's relationship, you're extremely triggered. Everybody remembers that at least verbally abusive boyfriend, right? Everybody remembers being mistreated by a man like Bilal at some point in your life, especially if you're a woman. So it's like you're watching this show and it is just beating on all of your traumas within the first like 15 minutes, because we're starting off with the worst couples. I don't know who the hell edited this season or put it together, but my God, today, have you been off? You have been off. I'm like, why are you starting with these people, bringing down the show so people are checking out? Nobody's staying in for it. Why don't you start off with a lighter couple, a funner couple? Now that I say that, who? You know, you can even start off with JIBRI and MIONA. You know what I mean? Like, we all know they're faking it. So let's start off with them. But starting off with either Bilal and SHAEEDA or Emily and Colby, absolutely not. It's the wrong way to start off your show, and they do it all the time. Not smart. What else did I want to say about them? All I want to say is thank you for mentioning that, because that is exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. So I don't even have a lot of notes for them, because I was just in and out, because I just do not enjoy watching Colby and Emily. Emily's pappy, right? He's like, I need for Colby to prove to me that he can take care of Emily. Emily, right? I was going to say Emily and Colbin. Her parents never mention Colbin. It's all about taking care of and providing for Emily. Colby, you better get a good custody lawyer. You better get a good child custody lawyer, because I'm telling you, baby, you're going to be in for a fight of your life, for the fight of your life, and that child is going to need you. That baby is going to need you. Oh, since we're talking about them, let me bring up this horrible couple. Ugh. Anyway, her dad is like, ooh, let me just make it smaller, bring it down here. Her dad is like, how was he going to provide for Emily? The hell with my grandkid. How is he going to provide for Emily? And I'm like, why can't Emily provide for herself? Like, why is she not able to make any money at 30? Like, I don't understand. I thought when she was banking Kobe all over China that she was there for like studies or something. I thought that she was in school. I thought that she was actually like had a job when she was in China. What is this grown woman who was able to pull her panties off and have unprotected sex and bring a child into this world? How was she able to do all of that but work, but provide for herself? Like, I'm not understanding what's happening here. I'm also not understanding how her family is expecting for Kobe, who is not an American citizen, to provide for Emily and their grandchild, who they never mention. So I'm just like flabbergasted at the fact that they are making Emily and Kobe's responsibility, knowing his situation. I'm sorry, there is something going on outside of my apartment. Why is everybody hanging? Anyway, child, let me tell you something. One thing about California, there's like no place for like people to hang out. They will hang out in the most randomest parking lots. I don't understand it. It is definitely a Cali thing. I don't see that in Philly. If you're hanging out in a parking lot, you are either, selling drugs or coochie. Anyway, just was really weird. But anyway, I'm just not understanding how the family is expecting that. I'm like, the dad sits down with Kobe and just like, I want to know, like, what are your future plans? He just got here. There are no future plans for him. He has no way to work. You or Emily, whoever sponsored him, is going to be taking care of him for probably his entire time here. You guys know the situation, so I don't understand what you're expecting him to do. I always think that when these Americans are asking their non-American partner to provide for them, not only provide for them, but provide for them or give them a better life than they were able to give themselves, weird, right? When they're asking for them to provide for them, knowing that they can't work, I'm always like, you either want them to sling crack rock or their genitalia. Because how do you expect for them to work legally? Now, are you encouraging them to get into organized crime or sex work? Because they have to do some kind of jobs where the government is not watching their money, right? Where they don't have to pay taxes. So they have to do something under the table. Is that what you are encouraging on national TV, global TV? Like, what are you encouraging? What are you asking for Kobe to do? He cannot work. So how are you expecting for him to take care of Emily and your grandchild? Well, just Emily, right? Another thing that I want to talk about is the fact that the parents are aware. Oh, we're so aware that they've said it, that Emily cannot provide for herself. Her father literally looked at a stranger to him. He just met Kobe 30 days ago and said, how are you going to pay all of the bills, take care of Emily? How are you going to provide for her because she can't do it? She's never been able to do it. How do you as a father say that to a stranger and not feel stupid? Not feel stupid that your 30-year-old daughter is not able to provide for herself? Is it because you do not want, just like your daughter, to take accountability or responsibility for raising a 30-year-old dependent brat? Is that it? Because the reason she's like that is because of you. She's 30 years old. She don't know how to pay a bill. She's 30 years old. She don't know how to work. That's your problem. You did that. So why are you throwing it on Kobe like this is his responsibility now? Like this is his problem that she can't work. Now we all know how it's set up in the world that the husband is the provider, right? Please tell that to millennial men. For some reason, they just think they're not the provider no more. And I'm like, well, when did the rules change? Because I'm still making less than men. So what happened? But the millennial men don't think that. I don't know what's going on with Gen Z, but that's too young for me. I don't know what's happening. But the millennial men just don't want to provide. Help us, Lord. It's rough out here. I just don't understand how they are not embarrassed, right? Like you're asking this man from Cameroon who's not even an American citizen, how are you going to take care of my daughter? You obviously haven't, right? Okay, you've paid for some things. Okay, you provided for her. But you have not raised a responsible adult. She does not know how to do anything at 30, and that is mind-boggling, especially if you are not these wealthy people, right? I know wealthy people who are well off in their 30s who don't know how to do basic things, right? Because they've grown up with, house assistants and maids and chefs, and they just don't know how to do basic things. They don't know how to keep a job because they're living off of a trust fund. Let me tell you something. It sounds great. It isn't. It sounds great. It isn't, right? So I know that exists. Emily obviously is not in that situation if her father, every time she asks for $5, starts going into a fit that he only tells us and Kobe about. He don't never cuss her out. He don't never get her together. He don't never say, Emily, get a job. UPS is hiring. Get a job and get a damn IUD. He don't never say that. But he cuss out everybody else and make this 30-year-old brat everybody else's responsibility. It's just ridiculous. I'm watching this and I'm like, sir, how are you not embarrassed? How can you say this? Now, maybe this man is projecting, right? Maybe the anger that he is projecting on Kobe is because he's mad at himself, because he's created this child who has created this situation, right? Because he sent somebody who was unprepared out into the world, who made very childish mistakes, and now is handling these mistakes in a very childish way. I'm not saying that Kobe is a mistake, right? I am saying having unprotected sex with strangers is not the smartest thing to do. That's just my opinion. I just think if you don't really know this person, you should not be letting strangers shoot up the club, period. That's just my opinion on that situation. But it's like, I just don't understand where her dad is coming from. I'm also highly disgusted by that mother. Let's talk about that mother. I am highly disgusted by Emily's mother, and now I know where she gets it from. Because the way her mother retold that story of Kobe finally getting Emily together, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It was giving me Emmett Till. I'm not saying it was that deep, but I'm saying that it was giving me that in the way that she over-exaggerated what happened to make Kobe this big aggressor, right? Because the way she was retelling that story, I'm like, oh, you dangerous. Oh, Kobe, you're in a terrible situation. I don't know how to help. This is a terrible situation. You can never piss that family off. You can never get into it with any of them. Because could you imagine Emily's mother calling the cops and telling them what she imagined happened? The boy is done. That man is done. This is, Kobe. This is a terrible situation for you to be in, brother. There's just no way around it. So anyway, Emily's father sits down with Kobe, and again, he asks him how he's going to provide for Emily. And Kobe says, well, I could go back into modeling. And the dad goes, did you see his modeling pics? He was obviously doing good to be able to take care of himself. And let's be real, provide for freaking bum Emily, because she don't never bring nothing to the table. So he was obviously, he obviously had the money to be living a life as a model in China. And also he said he saved $4,000. I'm sorry, I'm American in a land of milk and honey that everybody want to live in. I have never been able, no, I did. I was able to save $8,000 when I was 24. I don't know how in the hell I did that. Oh, you know what? I was eating from the dollar store at that time, so I really wasn't, I was a kid. My brain was not fully developed. But anyway, Americans can't even save $4,000. He was able to, save 4,000 American dollars. So he's obviously doing something. He's obviously putting in the work and the effort. He's obviously trying to make something happen. So when you ask him how he can provide, he tells you what he can do. That's not good enough for you. Your daughter has brought nothing else to the table besides her coochie. That's it. He's doing a lot better than her, right? Then Kobe says, well, I would love to train under you and then, eventually start to work for you. And then, at some point, take over the company. And that's how I can provide for, your daughter and our son together, right? That to me is not weird. That to me is not weird. Like, I'm not saying that he should just hand his company over to Kobe, right? But I'm saying that does make sense because there are a lot of fathers who do that. There are a lot of fathers who, even if the son-in-law or the daughter's boyfriend or partner or whatever is not a good guy, or even when he is a good guy, they at some point bring him under his wing, so that this person can then have some kind of job within their company or take over the company to provide for their child if they don't have another son. That happens a lot. That's not weird. So for the dad to be like, oh, have you studied as an engineer? Have you went to college? Have you done all? Absolutely not. He just told you he made money modeling. Get the hell out of here. Stop trying to embarrass him. Stop trying to embarrass him. And then he goes, well, there's no way that he's taking over my company. So what do you want him to do, right? Because Emily can't do it. You have already said that your daughter is incapable of taking care of herself at 30. You've already said that. And you are expecting this man who is not from America to take care of your daughter who is unable to take care of herself, and you don't want to help. What? I'm confused then, Papa. Yes, I just, binge Stranger Things. I'm confused. Like, so then what is your solution? What is your solution? Because you want him to take care of Emily a certain way. You want him to do it in a way that you approve, but you don't want to help. So what is the solution? I'm confused. I'm absolutely confused. Normally I don't do this, but the comments are going up. So let me at least try to get one comment, because the comments are going up and I don't want to miss any of these. Tamika, Emily ain't ish. Her dad has a whole company and she doesn't work there, come on, or train there. What parent who owns a company does not want their kids to run it, right? Or to be a part of it? Because that is the child of your loins. You trust them. He knows what he raised. So she can't even be a receptionist at this job, at his company. She can't do nothing. She's not even a parking attendant. If you don't trust Emily to park the cars of the people that you have meetings with, how in the hell do you expect Kobe to take care of this woman? Because she obviously can't be left alone. Like, what is happening here? I'm so like, that family is weird. I don't like them. I hate to say that. I just do not. There have been terrible 90 Day Fiance couples on this show and families on this show. I've been open and honest about not liking Angela. Open and honest. And every time I see something from her, it just gives me more ammo, right? She's been the only person. Everybody else I could deal with because I'm like, I know this is just doing a show. Elizabeth and her porn family, like, I get it. You guys are doing what you have to do. You're trying to get a spinoff. I absolutely understand that. But I never disliked them. They got on my nerves. Andre got on my nerves. But I knew, especially when I watched the 90 Day Fiance Quarantine, I knew they were putting it on for the cameras. Because nobody exuded that kind of awful behavior on 90 Day Fiance Quarantine that they do on the show. So I know that they're putting it on. Emily and her family, they not only hit me in my ancestors, baby, they hit me everywhere. They hit me in my trauma. They hit me like I can't take that family. All of them is disgusting. All of them. I'm like, you're not even aware enough to see the optics, right, of how this is going to play out on TV, how you were treating this man. So this makes me believe that you are like this so much that you can't even fake like you're good people. Because if this is what you're showing up, because everybody, I don't care what nobody say. If you're on camera, even me right now, right? Like, I'm talking in a way that you all can understand me. The accent slips in sometimes, but you know what I mean? Like, we're all putting on some sort of representative that we believe is appropriate for the space that we are in. This is their appropriate representative. So how in the hell are you when the cameras aren't there? I can't. I cannot. Let's move on. Let's move on from them. Let's get into Kara and Guillermo. I'm bored with this couple. I'm bored. Like, what do they have going on? Like, I told you, I'm not buying Kara, the, drunk party girl who I don't know how the hell her and elderly Jack Harlow got together. They are so different. Kara don't have a type. That's what I feel like. That's the thing with her. Let's explore the fact that she don't have a type. I would be more interested in this than whatever they're trying to sell us. And this character that Kara puts on, I'm going to say character because I don't know her personally, right? The character's annoying. Kara, the character is annoying. The representative that you chose for this show is annoying. Even with Kara being annoying, she's right. I don't know why Guillermo wants this extravagant wedding like he's Paris Hilton. Y'all don't got no money. And the woman who was fronting the bill for everything is telling you, we don't have it. We have to get married in 90 days. We do not have it. Let's do a little quick, cute courthouse thing, or maybe something very small and affordable. And then later we can do, a huge wedding. Guillermo was like, oh no, because later I want to have a baby in a house. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Y'all don't have it. Kara is not making that much money making all those balloons. Like, hold on. Like, I'm sorry. I just have to agree with Kara in this instance because Guillermo is just being ridiculous. And I don't know if he's putting it on because they just don't have anything going on. But I'm like, Guillermo, Kara is Kara, but she's making sense, brother. You got to do better. Like, y'all don't have any money. Why are you looking at he's looking at a whole ranch to hold his wedding. She won't even let you buy a computer. You think she's going to let you book a ranch for your wedding? Okay. 23. See? It's not on fun and games when you got to build a life with them. Shout out to my 23-year-olds who follow me. I love y'all, but I'm talking about somebody a lot older. When you get a much younger partner, these are the things that you have to deal with. If I were 23 and I had a partner that's damn near 30 and we're trying to plan the wedding and the partner who was crunching the numbers is like, we can't do it, we have to wait, I would be where Guillermo is. No, I want a ranch. I want a unicorn. I want glitter being thrown from jets flying over, our wedding. I want all of this and I want it now. How is getting paid is your problem, older man. So if I was 23, I would absolutely get where Guillermo is coming from. This is what you got to deal with. Right? Take it on. And you should not expect any more from them. You should not expect any more from them. Do not get in a relationship with a younger person expecting for them to have the same amount of, wisdom and life experience as you, or understanding things that you just figured out not too long ago in your aging journey. Absolutely not. Be fair. Maybe elderly Jack Harlow is where you need to go back to. Maybe that's it, because you're not going to make it with this 23-year-old hottie. I think he's cute. A lot of y'all in the comments was like, he's not my type. It's okay. Like, he's okay. Guillermo is cute when he's tan. I'm seeing his tan starting to come off, and I'm like, but with that tan, let's move on. Oh, God, just SHAEEDA and BILAL. Oh, I do not enjoy watching them either. I don't enjoy, BILAL, why you got her here? Why you got her here? She annoys you. SHAEEDA annoys you, BILAL. Like, why? Send her back. Send her back. She annoys you. For some odd reason, everything that this beautiful woman does gets on this man's nerves. And I just feel like there's something really weird going on with the men of this generation, the men that Kevin Samuels left behind. Something is going on with them, right? Because BILAL gets up every day, right? goes in the mirror, brushes his teeth, takes his shower, puts on clothes, walks out the door, has to walk by several mirrors, right? And chooses to mistreat this beautiful woman. That's why I told you, you could never humble a man. You could never humble a man, because Bilal was in no way thankful that a woman like SHAEEDA even looked his way. That's why I always tell you ladies, you can side with men all you want to. You'll never win. You'll never win. Baby, you will never win siding with the boys. Message. So anyway, in this episode, Bilal was just annoyed. Everything that SHAEEDA does annoys him. SHAEEDA doesn't like to be lectured. He continues to lecture her. I don't know why she's still there. Because I feel like in the next episode, she's going to be like, I love being with Bilal. He's my forever. And I'm like, why? Why do you enjoy being with him? Because I'm sorry, maybe this show is just showing the worst of him, the worst of his representative, but I just don't see the qualities that are keeping you there. Now, is it the American citizenship? I don't know, because it seemed like she had a really nice life in Trinidad. And she doesn't really talk about America like that. Like, you know when somebody's just here for America, because they say like, oh, like Benya. Like, Ari already know. Ariel, you have to know he with you for the citizenship. Can we talk real here? Because that man always mentions America and all the opportunities that America has for him. And I'm like, well, what about your wife and kids? Right? But SHAEEDA never says anything like that. So I'm like, are you really here for him? Oh, God. Maybe he got the hammer. Oh, wait, are they having premarital? Like, is that an Islamic? You know what? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's keeping her here. I don't know what's keeping her here. Moving on. I am not judging people's cultural traditions. I will say, if you wash your coochie, like how SHAEEDA washes chicken, you need to go to an OBGYN, because you were giving yourself a pap smear. That's a pap smear. The way she was cleaning that chicken, I was like, well, that's a pap. That is a pap. The way she was writing and digging and opening, I said, that's how you wash your vagina. Trinidadian women, Trini queens, please stop doing that. That just does not seem safe. Even Bilal's daughter started cracking up, because that just looked excessive. It's such a little sensitive muscle. Why would you beat it up so much? This is how we wash. I'm like, SHAEEDA, you wash your vagina like this? She was beating the hell out of that chicken. Girl. You know what? Whatever gets you to where you need to be. Last thing, I think SHAEEDA's being very ridiculous, expecting Bilal's kids to call her Umi, right? And this is why I say that, because the children have already expressed that they don't like that they don't feel comfortable doing that. So constantly bringing that up is pressuring them in an uncomfortable way to do something that pleases you. I have to be honest here. You are the potential step parent. You have to get them to like you. They don't have to do anything, right? You are coming into their space, into their world. They need to feel safe with you, not the other way around. I think she's approaching this relationship like it's 50-50. It's not. It's probably 99-1, if that. It's 100% on you, mama. They don't have to do anything. So I just didn't like that. I was like, she told you what her boundaries are. Don't cross them. You could tell that she was getting, Bilal's daughter was getting uncomfortable because she got quiet. So that's all I'll say about that. But SHAEEDA's still good in my book. I just feel like she got to figure it out. She got to figure it out. And this is another thing. And maybe we'll just find this out at the tell-all, but I am curious to know how her family feels about this. Because there's no way that you can watch this as SHAEEDA's family and not feel some sort of way about Bilal and his family. There's no way. There's no way to look at that and be like, oh, I can understand, right? Unless you want SHAEEDA out of the country, you know? But, so I'm just curious to see how they feel watching this show now. So maybe we'll just, you know, probably find that out at the tell-all. Let's move on to MIONA and JIBRI, who I came to the show ready to not like, right? And that has not been the case. Oh, I never put this up. Child, I'm learning. That wasn't the case. Where the hell did I put that picture? Oh, here we go. That hasn't been the case, right? I actually am enjoying them, and I think the only reason why I'm enjoying them is two things. One, I know this is all fake, right? But it's so fake and ridiculous, it's comical, right? Another reason why I'm enjoying them more than the other couples, because this is the only couple where I just don't see any form of abuse. That is sad. That is sad, TLC, that I'm like, well, this is the least abusive relationship. So I'm going to enjoy this a bit more than the other ones. Do better. Do better. So let's talk about this bizarre. It was so bizarre. So I don't believe any of this. None of it. So JIBRI, I think is her name Chanel? Brandy. JIBRI, Brandy, the astronaut, and Delvey, the Black Serbian, because the accent. I'm telling you, who the hell did you study? I feel like he studied Justin Timberlake, right? Because remember back in the day, hello millennials, remember back in the day, Justin Timberlake had that same kind of accent, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but his accent back in the day was a bit more sassy, right? It was like all parts of the Black American diaspora mixed in with a touch of sass. So you know how he used to talk. What did he say? What is something that he said okay, so I'll say this. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day when he was on 106 in Park, Justin Timberlake said in an interview with Free and I forget the other guy, Free and a dude with the dreads, he said that he has a weakness for sisters, right? Anyway, the only reason why I remember that is because I remember everybody in that audience going crazy. I was one of them. I was a child. So it sticks out in my mind, right? But what sticks out in my mind the most is the way he said it and how sassy he was. And it was like, Free was like, you told me something backstage that you said you wanted to tell the audience. Do you want to tell them now? And he was like, oh yeah, I got you. I got a weakness for sisters. Like, it's always S's on the end of something. Like, it's so many S's. That's what David gives me. It's like it's the same accent with a touch of Serbianness, where it's just a very sassy blend, you know, of the Black American diaspora with a touch of minstrel. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what he gives me. Anyway, they're all making the music, right? And we pick up where the fight ended, and you know, him and JIBRI are getting into it again. Why JIBRI would fight with a man that kicked him into a coma does not make sense to me. But they stop fighting, and JIBRI is like, man, it's about the music. It's about the music. Let's put this energy back into the music, bro. Like, what are we doing? What music, JIBRI? And he's like, we're scaring the engineer. Like, this is a very prominent engineer, bro, and he's not going to want to work with us. And then the camera cuts to the engineer, and the engineer's like, everybody was doing their best and worst acting. It was taking me out. But you know the only person who needed a few more rehearsals? The only person who was not that committed to the scene was Brandy. Because when everybody's supposed to be fighting, Brandy is sitting there cracking up. I'm like, girl, this is not the rehearsal. We're actually filming the scene. Why are you laughing? And another thing that took me out was the astronaut. The astronaut stayed in character the whole time. Even when he was breaking up the fight, I'm like, you're not going to take off the helmet? Like, you are getting knocked around by these two. You're not going to take off the helmet and say, cut it out. Like, you can break character at some point. Anyway, Jibri walks out to calm down, and Brandy chases after him. I will say, for a quick second, I thought that Brandy was MIONA, and I immediately said to myself, MIONA, now you went too damn far. I was like, now MIONA, enough is enough. And then I saw that it was Brandy. I was like, oh. But that's how terrified I am of what the next thing this woman is going to do, right? What is the next thing she is going to strip from Black women and put on and then throw in her, unidentified Mexican, DNA to give an excuse of why she looks this way. Anyway, so they finally come back and they're like, bro, look, we're going to let it go. We're going to make it about the music. Put that energy into the music. And so Brandy gets up on the mic and she's like, charm bracelets, yeah, that's me. Charms bracelets, can't you see? And they're like, oh my God, forgive me, Jesus. And they're like, she's killing it. Yeah. I mean, I want to say this, and I am not joking or dragging these people in any kind of way. I love the fact that every song or everything they put out, they have this energy of, you know what, we ate that, right? Their confidence is on 1,000, and that's what I love about them. The hell what anybody says. Jibri, this brother, because, he goes by biracial, but this brother, at his big age, put out a song called We're Living in a Rat Race. Like, and he owns that. He owns that. You go on any of his social medias, he is blasting that song, and he's like, come on, fans, we can make this #1 on the Billboard charts. He believes that, and I love that for him. I love that for this band. I love how they were just dancing and having a good time, and they're like, oh, this is some heat. And I'm like, you know what it is? Go ahead. Why not? Be happy with your art. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride of the delusional Black Serbs. I love it. So anyway, in this episode, Brandy says, MIONA says that Brandy has become one of her best friends, and that's why she wants her to go wedding dress shopping with her. And it makes absolute sense now, right? It makes absolute sense why I confuse Brandy and MIONA. Here is why. Blackfishers, there is always one Black person in their life that is their prototype, right? Yes, they pull from every and any Black person that they see, but that Black person in their life, that is the prototype. That is where they get everything from. And you can see it. Every time we see Brandy, what does she have on? A drawstring ponytail. Where did MIONA find those drawstring ponytails? From Brandy. Brandy took her to a hair store in a Serbian hood, because let me tell you something. Any hood anywhere, right? On freaking Mars. If there's a hood, there's a hair store that sells drawstring ponytails. Brandy was the one that took her to her hair store where she get her drawstring ponytails from for $6.99. Right? Brandy was the one who let her borrow her Fenty. So MIONA started contouring. All of this, right? Then the contour started going up here. Then the bronzer started going down here. Next thing you know, she's 5 shades darker. Right? Brandy is the prototype for MIONA. It makes sense. It makes sense. She is the prototype for MIONA. Now that I'm saying that, no, he don't give me he likes sisters. Because I was just like, if MIONA is morphing into Brandy and Jibri is trying to marry MIONA, but Brandy is the real deal. No shade, Jibri, but you give me, you like black women, Black woman aesthetic. No shade. It just, I'm not saying that you don't love Black women, or you've never dated a Black woman or wanted to be with a Black woman, but I feel like you like the Black woman aesthetic on everything else but a Black woman. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. Because We're not gonna say it. Guys like you. Guys like you. Y'all want a black woman, but y'all don't want the power. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's move on. Let's move on. A word. Mohammed. T. Mohammed. T. Mohammed. Yvette is weird. Yvette is weird. She's weird. She's weird. Oh, hold on. Hold on, because I saw something. Hold on. Because I just saw something. And I want to address it before I go too far. And this is what I want to say to people who have been here with me for a while. You know me. Like, let's not be obtuse. Let's not be now, come on, sis. Let me move this. Now, come on. And but Sammy, you've been here a minute. You know me. At no point did I say that I'm blaming Brandy for this. No point did I say that. There are a lot of black people who are in Black Fisher's life who they pull from. It is what it is. Who are them, the black twins that the Kardashians got everything from? Yes, they pull from other black women in their life that they were able to collect throughout the years, but they collected them twins first. And them twins was the ones who first started showing them how to dress and all of this stuff. When you're in friendship with somebody, you don't know until they fully form this person that they're trying to be like you. I'm not saying Brandy is the problem. No black woman is the problem for another woman coming in and trying to steal her whole flow, her whole identity. No black woman is responsible for that, even if she's in the life of that person. However, it is completely obvious that MIONA has everything that she has created for herself has come from the black woman that she is closest to. Let's be real here. You blacks got some non-black people in your life who wasn't talking like that before they met you. And because y'all friends, some of y'all don't say nothing. Some of y'all make the excuse, oh, they grew up down the street. Oh, we went to the same high school, so they picked that up from me. They absolutely picked it up from you, and they tried that stuff on you, and you didn't say anything. I've had situations like that before. I've had to check non-blacks. I do it more, and I do it often now without any kind of grace because I'm older. And the older you get as a woman, the more annoyed you get. The grace leaves you. You don't feel like it no more. But when I was younger, I had a different approach. Now I'm like, don't play me. You don't talk like that. Let's not do this. Right? Before I was like, hey, your voice is changing. What's going on? You know, like I'm not the same person. And Brandy could be at that stage. Even if she's at that stage, she's not responsible for MIONA taking the identity of a black woman and putting it on like a Halloween costume. And you know me, let's not do that. Love you. Who are we talking about now? Ooh. Who are we talking about now? What couple was I talking about? Oh, Mohammed. Sorry. Because I saw that and that annoyed me. And I'm like, now come on. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Where is Mohammed? Mohammed and Yvette. Oh, let me move my logo. I had to do some housework. Mohammed and Yvette. Team Mohammed. Team Mohammed. I don't like how Yvette is coming off like, I don't know what it's called when you got a problem with somebody's religion. It's giving racism. That's the only, I know that's not the word, but it's like religion racism. That's what it's giving me because it's like, oh, I'm not a Muslim woman. I'm not, his religion is so restrictive. And I feel like you don't know that, Yvette. I don't think you know that his religion is restrictive, right? I think you are putting all of the biases that you have about Islam onto Muhammad. That's what I think. I think you got a problem with the Islamic religion and you're trying to make Muhammad the problem, which is why I was going up for Muhammad this episode. Because he was like, don't put all that on me and my religion. He was just like, things that you feel about your religion, my religion, you're putting on me. And that's not fair. And then you go to your girlfriends and you talk about me and then you come back and you have a problem with me. I was like, that's right. That's right, Muhammad. I am on your side. I am on your side because she was wrong. She's absolutely wrong. Like all of the issues that she's having, they're not there. Yvette is making them up. She's making them up because you come back. She goes to her girlfriends and she says, he's doing this to me. He's doing this to me. And then you come back and Muhammad's like, oh, I didn't make you coffee because I didn't think that you would be up. I'm so sorry. He's apologizing for not making you coffee. Not this overbearing, Muslim man who thinks that you are less than and you can't dress this way. Girl, stop it. Stop it. I don't like what you're doing, Yvette. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like you as a Native woman should know better, right? I feel like people of color in general, right? Or people from marginalized communities should just know better. You should know better. And you absolutely know when you are doing to someone the same things that has been done to you. The problem is your pride steps in and you feel like that you're better than that person, so it's not the same thing. You convince yourself that it's not the same thing so that you can feel good about the harm that you are doing to this person. Because Muhammad is not doing any of the things that she is saying that he is doing. Why? How do we know this? We got the freaking footage. We got the freaking footage. You are exaggerating all of these things. And maybe you're just doing it for the TV show and for a storyline. I absolutely understand. People have done the most craziest things you could ever imagine to get on a reality TV show and remain there, right? Shout out to Peter Guns. Peter Guns at the Love and Hip Hop reunion, I will never forget. He said, I destroyed my marriage for a freaking TV show. That's what he said, right? So people do crazy things, for reality TV. That still doesn't excuse what you were doing. I don't like it. I feel extremely uncomfortable watching this woman try to paint a narrative about this man. And I'm like, if this was the truth, we would see it. We don't see it. Oh, you were in the bathroom with the plumber. And he comes in and he's like, why are you in here with him? You know, in Islam, you can be. And she's like, Muhammad. I'm like, well, are you afraid? How? Like, what is going on? I don't like him imposing those things on me. All he did was tell you that this is something that he did not like. Like, isn't that a relationship? You communicate and you tell each other what you do and do not like. You get to know each other and figure things out. This is why, listen, you American women, this is why you have to stop making, I always say this, stop making your eat, pray, love situation permanent for your lifestyle. Because that dude that you were banging on vacation needs to stay there. Let that be a memory. Let that be something that you talk about in your diary. You know what I mean? Let that be something that you reminisce about, later in life, right? Why are you trying to make that moment last forever? And it's not lasting forever because that was a moment that was supposed to stay there. You were supposed to bang Muhammad in Egypt and come home. Now you done brought the man that you was banging in Egypt here and you're trying to make it work. And you're getting upset about all of these things because you don't know him. You don't know him. So that is where the frustration is coming. And instead of saying that, you won't. Why? Because then you have to be accountable. Then you have to take some responsibility for making your life like it is now. So instead of doing that, right? Instead of saying, it should have been an eat, pray, love situation. I messed up. I need to let him know he got to go back because this ain't working, right? Instead of doing that, you're going to make the problem Islam. Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That relationship should have stayed where it was at. You brought him here. You were hoping, like all the other Americans, to control him. And the minute he says no to something, all of a sudden, and this happens a lot with the women, with, got this from TikTok, with, lighter American women, y'all always make your non-American partner, especially if your non-American partner is brown, Y'all always make him some kind of aggressor to your families. What the hell is that? What the hell is, because y'all say that they are these terrible people. You go to your family and you say this person is this person is that. Then you go back home, don't say none of the stuff that you said about that person to them, right? Because if you're having these problems, get them to change, right? Get them to do different things. You come back, oh, the kids up the street, I'm sorry, I'm looking outside. The kids up the street just graduated and they're all walking in a cap and gown. They look so cute. Anyway, instead of telling that person the issues that you have, right? You go back and sleep with them, but then you get up from sleeping with them and then you tell your family that, oh, they're this big and bad person. But you're not telling the family, oh, we banged for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not going to tell your family and your friends that. You're going to tell them this negative narrative of this person. Why? Because they're from another country? Yeah, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Because they're from another country. And they're from another country where they were poor in that country, or it was a third world country. So I'm saving this person, and I can't believe this brown immigrant that I am giving a better life is treating me this way. That's why y'all do it. That's why all you Americans do it, because y'all are terrible people. Y'all go out and y'all get non-Americans from destitute situations and y'all bring them here and treat them horribly because you can't do it to an American. You can't do it. What 26-year-old is going to let Yvette talk about them like that? What 26-year-old American dude is going to let, a 26-year-old American dude would be like, oh, really? That's how you feel? Okay, get his keys to her car and leave. Have her crying, begging him on his voicemail, please, I'm sorry, Marcus, forgive me, Enrique, Lionel, I ain't mean it, girl, bye. You're only doing that to him because you can. All the Americans on this show is horrible. Has there ever been a good one? Oh, Danielle, no. She was a sweetie. No, Danielle, I like Danielle. And who's the girl that's pregnant now? Her and her tall Jewish husband? The one she met in Israel, I like them. Israel. Child, one of my friends corrected me. I was like, oh, excuse me. Yeah, those are the only Americans, and I'm like, I could deal with you. The other ones, horrible, horrible. Do better, Yvette. Let's close out with Patrick and Thais. What I'm starting to notice with Patrick and Thais is that they're both awful. Like, I don't know who to root for. They both get on my nerves. I hate the way they kiss. Like, what are you, just started OnlyFans. You know what? I think I'm prophesying. I think they might start at OnlyFans. That's why they're doing all of that. Maybe that's what it is, because this couple leads with sex, right? They're always like about to have sex in a scene. They're always sucking on each other's tongues. Oh, God. We got an OnlyFans. Yeah. OnlyFans is their next step. This is another 90 Day Fiance to OnlyFans pipeline couple. I see it. Anyway, to be quite honest with you, I could not pay attention to much in Patrick and Thais' scenes, especially the ones with John, because we gonna talk about it? Cause what was going on? What was going on, John? Like, I'm telling you, if that were me, I would be like, I can't film this week. I got to flare up. Absolutely. I'm not going to be on national TV with this. Because even if it's not what we think it is, your mind's still going to go there with a zit on the lip. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Patrick and Thais are horrible. Patrick gets Thais a gift, and the gift is lingerie and an iPhone. The lingerie is ugly and trashy. Men, please stop getting us lingerie. Like, do not get women gifts as, a gift that's lingerie. Here's why. You be shopping at Dollar Tree porno stores to get lingerie for women. If a woman buys lingerie, trust, it's the cute stuff. It's the stuff that you're not going to be going all crazy and trying to rip off, right? Let us do that. Let us gift ourselves to that. You're going to get to the promised land regardless. We just want to make sure we have on a cute little outfit before you get there, right? This trashy mess that Thais got, and she had to act like she liked it. He goes, oh, that's for tonight. So was it a gift for you or for Thais? Then he gives her a phone, and he's just like, this one, you can't track me anymore. This is your iPhone, but it's an iPhone that you can't track me on. So again, all of these gifts were for you, right? All of these gifts were for you. And then we find out later that Patrick, the reason why Thais likes to track him is because Patrick cheated on her early in their relationship, like right after, you know, they said they were going to be together and that he loved her or whatever. We find out that he, you know, cheated on her. He said he got drunk. And Thais, I hope you watch this back. And I hope you take notes of the words that he chose, right? He says, I mean, I could have cheated on her, but I didn't. Oh, okay, really? Okay. And then he also says, I've never come close to doing anything like that ever again. Why didn't you just say, I've never cheated on her since that, or I've never kissed somebody else, or, you know, crossed the line since that? But the choice of words, right? Men, listen, and I say this as a straight woman who is still attracted to them, so I'm not dragging them like I ain't never gonna have one. It is what it is. It's a blessing and a curse. Anyway, men are not smart, right? Let's be real. They're not smart. So when they choose to say something a certain way, when you really could have just said, oh, I'll never cheat again. When you say, oh, I'll never come close to doing something like that ever again. Hey, why would you choose to say this when the normal way, right, the common way was right here? The way you always speak was right here. But you jumped here to say that. Why did you do that? Because deception is afoot. Deception is afoot. And you could not lie. You could lie to me, but you couldn't lie to yourself. So you changed up the phrase so that you could feel good about the words that you were saying. Because if you didn't, your body would have shifted and I would have been able to catch it. Anyway, I've never been in that situation before. Anyway, so he says, you know, that he'd never do it again or whatever. And then Thais, in her confessional, she's like, oh, well, I saw text messages and that he missed her and that he was saying that he wanted to go. Of course, there's more to the story. And he's saying that he can't wait to see her again. So that's why I don't trust him. And that's why I broke up with him. And that's why I've been, you know, tagging his location ever since. So we get the back and forth with this couple. Then, you know, John brings all of these people to come have a housewarming party to make Thais uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable for a minute. And then Patrick's friend drives home that they party a lot or whatever, but they're not cheating. He couldn't even say it with a straight face, right? He was like, we're just watching sports. They're terrible liars. I'm telling you, women know when a man is lying, right? A lot of times, women ignore it because you don't feel like it. You're just like, you know what? Let me just overlook this thing, right? Until you've had enough and you just are like, I'm done. But it's like, come on. We already know what it is. She doesn't live there. She lives here now. But when she was not there, you know that Patrick was probably doing some things. And who says that Thais wasn't doing some things? You know what I mean? Enough of them. Can you believe the How Fine Daddy, Terrence Howard, that he was cheating like that? Like, I knew that the mom had a little issue with him, but I didn't know the way Thais explains it is that Daddy was a full-on Rolling Stone. It's always the fine ones. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about these couples. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Ciao. Will I let her father break my heart? No, I'm too good for this. I'm too good for this. I know, sis. Love you. We cool. We cool. I got it. I got it. Thank you so much, guys. That's what it is. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. In love. love, in love. In love. And the only reason why I say this, guys, is especially for the people who have been with me for a long time, the only reason why I say, when I pick up on comments like that, is not because I think that's what you were thinking, right? It's because there was so much going on outside. It's because when people who are new here come to this, they will take that comment and turn it into something that it isn't, because there are just a lot of miserable people in the world, which is why I stopped checking, stop searching my name on Reddit. Child, I am sweet as pie. People still try to find a problem with me. We all know why. It's because I'm stunning. Anyway, so that was the only reason I was like, let me just highlight this. And I'm just like, you guys know me, you know it's a joke. And I think as the channel continues to grow, I'm just always going to give disclaimers and always over explain, because there are people who, when people start to grow, especially people who are not intended to or supposed to do well, especially when those people start to do well, there will be people who will come in and try to misconstrue things and, say, oh, she's this and oh, she's that. And it's like, let me just over-explain myself so there could be no confusion about what I meant or my intentions. That's all. But thank you all so much, my OGs who understand and know me. Sly Cat said, Evie is pretending that she wasn't told about his expectations in Egypt. Where, can we talk about it? Where she was okay with the rules, right? The rules, laws, and regulations in Egypt. They were fine then. But as soon as she got to America, that's not who I am. But you abided by them. You abided by them in Egypt. Didn't your mama? Didn't your mama? Now all of a sudden you in America and you don't understand. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's gross. It's gross. Thank you. That was the thing that really changed the game for me with Mohamed. Because Ambi Sammy says, I like that Mohamed is making it clear that she been new. I love that. I love that he was finally, I'm loving the men standing up to the women. And you know how I am. I am pro-woman, but the women this season are annoying. The women are getting on my nerves. And I am loving the fact that the men are standing up for themselves and like, this is not okay. This is not okay. And Mohamed was like, I don't like that you are putting the biases that you have in my religion on me. And then you're telling these things to your friends, and now I have to defend myself because you're saying things that are not true. Come on, baby. Yes, he did say it sounding like Elmo, but he made sense saying it. I like him. I like him. Oh, thank you, Sly Cat. Sly Cat said, Nikki, I have been waiting so long for you to be able to come back to live reviews. Thank you. Midwife Crystal said, I'm also on Mohamed's side. I think she agreed to things before he got there, trying to play up the religion. He clearly pick and chooses how devout he is. She is putting words into his mouth too. Exactly, especially if he is having, sex with a woman that he's not married to. Like, he is not this devout man. Like, come on. He's also made exceptions. So you can't make exceptions. Like, that's a relationship where you compromise. But because Yvette is the American in the relationship, she don't feel like she got to change anything because she feels like she's doing him a favor. Oh, I can't stand the Americans. They are always so awful. Oh, yes, like Kat, she mentioned that in her intro to herself. She said that she's Native American. And I love that. I think I talked about that in one of my recorded reviews. I said, I love that. We have a Native American and an Egyptian man on the show. That's a diversity that I want because I don't know if American, TV, casting directors, producers, production companies understand that multiracial or interracial relationships are not just white and something else, right? There are, to be honest with you, there are more multiracial or interracial couples that are more within the people of color diaspora than anything else. Like a lot, like you would think watching anything in America that Black and people of color are in interracial relationships mainly with white partners. That's not the case. That's not the case. POCs dip and dabble outside of their tribes that's closest to them first before they go white. You know what I mean? So it's more of a mixture within the Black and people of color community before they, you know, not saying before, but there's more of that than there is white and something else. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Hold on, I gotta send something. Thank you for the reminder. Ooh. Oh no, he is jealous for me. His love's like a, I think it's this one. Am I on the? I think I'm on. Oh yeah, they went through. Sorry about that. I forgot to do something. But I actually enjoyed that about Yvette. And then she just started getting on my nerves with this Islamophobia. I was like, girl, like, you have such an issue with his religion, but you don't have a problem with sleeping with him or making an entire life with him, right? Because I'm pretty sure that he doesn't drop Islam when he's watching your child, right? So you're fine for that, right? You're fine with him being, you know, an Egyptian, a man whose religion is Islam, when it's time for him to do something for you, right? When he's watching your child, it's fine, right? But when it's anything concerning you personally, you got a problem. But you were okay with it in Egypt. Now you bring him here and now you're not okay with it. You're wrong. You are wrong. You are the problem. It is not him. Imitation of Style, hello, said, Eve is ignorant. Why are you trying to marry someone whose religion you know nothing about? She's dumb. Not smart. That's just not a smart decision. It's a really good movie. It's a really, really good movie. Julia Roberts does her thing. Hey, Lucy. Lucy said Mohammed was 100% right about her friends in dress. He's a man, not your... Lucy! Yes, girl. He's a man, not your human dildo. Let her know. Yes, I do love them. Shoot. And I forgot their names, but they're my favorites. Tamika, that's what it was. I think that's what's happening there. Because this couple leads with sex. So I'm thinking that's the next step. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of people on this show, specifically JIBRI and MIONA and Patrick and Thais, are using this show as a way to launch their careers outside of the show, which I have no problem with, but I need for them to have a storyline that's interesting. JIBRI and MIONA I can take because it's just comical. Patrick and Thais got to give me something else. The drunk brother with the herpes zit, we need something else. But I will be honest with you. I think that's their next step. And to be quite honest with you, it's lucrative. They got a little lucrative setup. So, it did seem weird. And it also seemed like Patrick was annoyed with her reaction to that. He didn't feel like it. He was like, why would I give you a cat? He was annoyed with that. Hey, Stella. Stella said Patrick kind of, oh my God. Patrick kind of looks like a foot. I'm sorry, God, please let me into heaven one day. I think one thing I noticed about Patrick, I noticed him more this episode. He has a kid face, right? He has I don't think he looks like a foot. I think he looks like an adorable Cabbage Patch, right? Cabbage Patch Kid. I just think it's so weird because he has this adult body, but this baby, Cabbage Patch baby face. It's so crazy to see. And it's so crazy to see him and Thais sucking tongues because I'm just like, Patrick, are you old enough to do that? But you know what I mean? I know he's a grown man, but his face is very baby. That is a baby face man. Greta, it's at 3. I'm gonna wrap this live up in about 10 minutes. I just want to get a couple more comments. Couple more comments. Hey, mock reviews. Yes, I got a blowout, but I got a blowout in hot LA, and it's just not working. This is the last time you guys will see this hair because it won't look. When I got on camera, it looks so different. It just doesn't last. It doesn't last, but thank you. No way they got married. No way she had I can't. Thank you so much, Shonda. Shonda said, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining NikkiStar Live. Please like and subscribe for more great content. Thank you, Shonda. You know what, some people, I think she's the real deal. I think she's the real deal. I feel like she would not even have to tell me that. You know what I mean? I feel like she looks native to me. And my native knowledge is I don't really have a lot of experience with the Native American culture. You know what I mean? I have a Native American friend, but her dad is Black, and it seems like those genes were more dominant. So I wouldn't know that she was Native until we talked, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's pretty much it. But I feel like I don't get European, right? I don't get that from her. So I believe it. I believe she's the real deal. I really do wish that we would have got more of her culture as well. Because my thing is, don't tell me that, tease me with it and then don't drop it on. You know what I mean? If you're going to introduce yourself as a Native American cast member on this show, I want to see some Native things. We can't have a scene where, you and Mohammed are in the kitchen and you're teaching him how to cook because he doesn't take care of himself. He doesn't cook for himself unless you're out. And you are this independent American woman. That's what you said. You're an independent American woman. So you're in the kitchen and you're teaching him how to cook, and you're teaching him this is what you're going to have to do because I am working. I'm an independent American woman and I am working to take care of all of us. So I cannot be here to cook for you 24/7. So you're going to have to learn how to make some things. Hey, why don't I make you something that I ate growing up? Let's make fry bread. And then we cut to you in the confessional. Fry bread is a Native American delicacy that I learned from my grandmother who grew up on the reservation, and just bam, 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 bam. That's what I was looking for. But you have leaned into being this independent American woman. So why the hell would you tell me that you're Native American if I'm not going to get nothing? If I'm not going to get nothing from the Native Americanas? Why would you give me that information? Dangling a carrot in front of me and not allowing me to bite it. My gosh. You know what? That's something I will look into. That is something I will look into. I don't know. It could just be that we're growing. Mashanja, we got a super chat. Let me hit on that. Thank you, Mashanja. Mashanja said, Nikki, I've missed you and your hilarious, insightful commentary. Glad you're feeling better. You look wonderful. Thank you so much. Glad to be back. I have missed you guys. Same level. Same level, just better production. I would love to, listen, I'm telling you, if Yellowbone and JIBRI, the Black Serbs, if they went on tour, I would go. I would go. And I'm telling you guys, I feel like I would have a great time. I feel like I would have a great time. I feel like I'll have a great time. Hey, Spitzy. Oh, thank you. Missed you too. Missed you too. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, Star Family, please like, comment, subscribe, and share because you care, and hit that notification. Thank you, thank you, Tracy. Oh, really? Thank you, Midwife Crystal. Midwife Crystal said, Evie, right? Evie is the real deal. She has lots of stuff on her Instagram about being Native, and we saw none of it on the show. Now, she could have showed it, and the show could have been like, no, we're just going to focus on Islam. That would have been so beautiful, just seeing how those cultures mesh, right? Seeing, because all we get is Islam from Muhammad, right? We don't get any of his like Egyptian culture. We don't know his ethnicity, right? We don't know his racial background. Like I think this show misses out on, I think they focus so much on mess and the negative things that people think about people from certain cultures, right? And I think they just focus more on the clashing of cultures and not the blending of cultures. Listen, the clashing of cultures absolutely makes sense because that is something that does happen, especially when you first get into a relationship with somebody from a different culture. However, there's also beauty when they blend. Y'all can't give us that mixture. We can't get a balance. Y'all just give us clash after clash after clash and no blend. And I'm telling you, 90 Day Fiance, the way this world is going right now, y'all gonna need to do something different. Y'all really are. Y'all gonna need to lighten up y'all shows or something because people wanna escape. We wanna have a good time when we're escaping. We are tired of escaping on this show and all we are getting is trauma. Y'all gotta do better. Oh no, I'm almost at the end of my drink, my pink drink. I'm such a woman. I had never had this mango dragon fruit lemonade before. The only reason why I got it was because it was pink. Like, y'all remember when Starbucks came out with this drink and I was like, I don't know what it tastes like, but it's pink. Such a woman. Such a woman. I can see that. Mark Review said, I knew a Native girl in college, but she told me people would mistake her for Latina because we were in Miami. I can absolutely see that. I can absolutely see that. You go to what is most common for you considering where you're from. Like that was a huge thing for me when I moved out here, especially when I moved to the Valley. If I would meet somebody Asian, my automatic thing would be, oh, Chinese. My friends were like, excuse me. I learned real quick that there are a lot of different Asian cultures, but I just will always go to Chinese because that is Philadelphia. Philadelphia is Black, Chinese, Irish, and Italian American. Like those are the dominant cultures. So we always had like some celebrations. Like we always had like throughout the year, especially in school, like you're always celebrating those four cultures. Like that is the thing, right? So that will always be like, oh, Chinese. It's like, Japanese, Korean, Tongan, like Nikki, come on. And I know that's not an Asian culture, but you know what I mean? Like that would just be where I would go first. Same thing with the Latino community. I will always go to Puerto Rican. I told you about my bestie that cussed me out about that. Ciao. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm well cultured, but y'all have to understand. I became well cultured after people were getting me together. I have made mistakes, okay? I have been cussed out to get to the point where I'm at, okay? Now I understand, right? But I can absolutely see people doing that because you're in Miami and you think that everybody, is some kind of, Spanish or Latino, right? So I get that. I absolutely understand that. I absolutely understand that. I know, Tia, and that's so sad. Tia said, they don't care at all about bringing cultures together. They can never really have a show that people love to watch, but they dig into the drama. Very true. It's so good. So good. Don't tempt me, because I'm trying to get some more points until I can get a free one. Oh gosh. Do not tempt me. Okay, let me get I'm gonna end with 2 comments. Hey, Slycat. Slycat said, exactly, Nikki. I'm tired of these people lashing out at each other, talking about Democrats and Republicans. I like to see something uplifting at least one of these couples. Yeah, guys, you know who I've been missing? And congratulations to them. The B couple. Remember the B couple? They were just so cute. Just adorable beekeepers. And I missed the lady beekeeper, her children, her Mexican sons. Baby, there was nothing white about them. There was nothing white about them babies. I was like, are you raising these boys as Mexican? Because nobody would believe that they have a white mother. So I know you probably want to blend cultures, but those are Mexican boys. So you need to raise them as such. But I love the beekeeper couple, and they just had a baby that looks just like the daddy. I miss them because I thought I believed that was the real deal. I believed that was real love, and I enjoyed them. I really, really did. I miss them. Why don't they ever have them back on 90 Day Fiance? I miss that couple. Oh, I miss the little tiny beekeeper couple. What's up, Bonnie? What's up? Yes, they had a baby. Masseuse? What is his name? Masseuse? Something. Masseuse, they got a Masseuse Jr. He's so cute. He looks like his daddy. Well, he's cute. He's cute. Anyway, family, let me get out of here. I got to prepare for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a good time. And be Sammy, don't worry. We are good. We are good. That's my baby. I love her. She's been here from like day one. I love my OGs, but I knew that I could say that to you and we would be good. Just because I don't feel like people stripping and taking stuff out of context because it happens. It does. And it's like you got to over explain and be like, oh, this is a joke. Oh, this is a reference into something else so that people won't make something out of nothing. Love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to come back, we're going to have just as much of a good time. You know what? You don't want to miss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to have a good time. Even if you don't watch the show, we are going to have a good time. So give me about 10 or so minutes. I'm going to switch everything over here. This is a new format, so it's going to take me a minute. But give me a minute, and I'll switch everything over, and I'll join you guys in about 10 minutes. Thank you all again. Love you so much. See you soon. Bye. Marcel, thank you, Midwife Crystal. Marcel. And they got a Marcel Jr. Love you too, Bonnie. And we're going to end with this. Thank you,